We are live, NBA rundown time, and fellas, it was quite the weekend. Full disclosure, I got smoked yesterday on the RPB tags, coming off a huge day on Saturday. Pretty disappointed. Of course, I got screwed by that Jokic news because I had the over and the Nuggets, and that offense was pretty bad. But you guys don't care about my results. People want to hear our thoughts on the trade. And I'm not going to start. I want to hear the panel first. But Tyler, great to see you. JC, looking sharp as always. Let's start with you, JC. What were your thoughts on the Kyrie Irving trade to the Dallas Mavericks?
Dude, it's so weird. Like, I don't even know. Like, Cuban's whole thing, right? He likes the foreign players, the European guys, because they have less baggage. Like, all they want is to focus on basketball. So he went out and got the guy who, like, probably had to charter 2 extra planes for all of his baggage. And so, like, I get it. Like, he wants to win now, and there aren't that many strong options available on the trade block. So, like, you got to take what you can get. But, like, I think this is going to be worse than the Porzingis trade.
Oh, wow. So that's a strong take.
Unless they win this year. Like, you have half a year, like Kyrie and Harden, there's the kind of guy. They'll be happy for, like, 6 months when they're somewhere new, and then they get tired of it. So, if he thinks this is a long-term option, that's absolutely foolish. But if they can, like, string something together to make a run this year, then maybe it will be worth it.
Wow. Okay, so we're kind of mirroring each other's thoughts. I'll go to Tyler, though. What were your thoughts here? I think of everyone on the panel, you're probably the highest on Kyrie Irving, and I know that I'm pretty low compared to the Run Pure guys. Like, I know Big T and JSU just love him. And I guess just watching the game, how could you not? But I think it's tough to win with the guy. I mean, there's a reason the Celtics are way better now that he's gone. What are your thoughts, Tyler?
I mean, I think it all depends on if he gels with Luka or not. I mean, you've seen him play off LeBron when he was in Cleveland. They won a title. If he could play off Luka that similar way, that does give them just that dynamic second scorer that they've never had. Like, Dinwiddie was never that. Brunson was good, but he wasn't as good as Kyrie. Like, Kyrie could take a game over and win it while Luka's having an off night. But I also see the thing where there's one basketball and both guys kind of need it. It's just a weird thing. But again, they didn't give up much for him.
Do they, though? Like you said, he played off ball with Harden and Durant.
But but will it work here? Because Luka's a very heavy ball dominant guy. Like, he dribbles the hell out of the ball. He's basically Harden in Dallas. So will it work?
But he's a better passer.
Oh, much better passer. But again, they didn't give up much for him. They gave up Dinwiddie, a couple picks, and DFS. Like, that's not much. I also think Dallas kind of pulled the trigger on the trade. I know Luka wanted help, but you looked at it, it was like they're going to default to the Lakers eventually by Thursday if somebody doesn't get this done. Why don't we just give up 2 role players and get them here? Take our chances. If it doesn't work this year and we don't like it, you just let them walk. You could sign guys like Dinwiddie and DFS in free agency. Maybe not the same exact guys, but you can get close to them.
I was shocked they didn't go with Phoenix. Like, that offer for a first rounder, Paul and Crowder, like, that would help both teams win now. I was shocked.
I don't think they wanted old CP3 though. I think they looked at Dinwiddie and DFS like they're a little younger. If Durant leaves, like, they can kind of keep us afloat for a little bit. But CP3 is probably out the door if Durant leaves next year too. So
yeah, but I mean, I don't know. But like, then you're rebuilding, and then you're like a decade away from a title. Whereas you get CP3 and Crowder. I don't know if he's going to play this year, but like, he's
going to play. The only reason he's not, he doesn't have any injuries. The only reason he's not playing is because
he just wants traded.
Oh, that's why. Okay, I didn't know I knew it was personal. Like, it was the listed reason. I didn't know if he was
almost like the Kyrie deal. He wanted a new deal. They didn't want to give it to him, so he said, "I'm not playing."
Yeah, but he hasn't played all season.
Yeah, this happened in the offseason. I'm surprised they haven't traded him yet.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Maybe Lakers in Phoenix, so they'll just the offers they made Brooklyn, they'll just make with each other.
I also read something that the Brooklyn's GM was like his main reason. He did not want him to send him to LA.
Yeah.
He didn't want to give him his preferred destination. He's like, if there's anything, I'm not giving you what you want. You're going somewhere.
Well, I would say the offer from Dallas was better.
Then the Lakers, yes, but I don't think it
wasn't the best on the table. I mean, the Clippers offer was pretty damn good too.
The Clippers offer.
I think it was Wall, Powell, Hicks, and Man.
Wow! Holy crap!
That's not better.
What do you mean?
Wall's nothing. Wall shouldn't even be in the league. He's not going to help the real team win.
No, Wall's like that's a solid bench option for the playoffs.
No,
for Brooklyn
he's
too.
And
Terrible.
Man might be.
Terrence Mann is really good.
Right.
Powell,
a happy man is probably better than an unhappy Kyrie.
Okay. Why am I low on Kyrie? Because he just blows up every team he's on. And then that's why. I mean, it's not a basketball reason. Basketball, he's awesome. But it's just, right? He couldn't make it work in Boston. And now he comes to Brooklyn. He caused all the problems there. Basically, Harden wanted out because of him. And now, he's going to go to Dallas. How long is he going to go? So here's my really fun analogy. And JC, I think you'll appreciate this a lot, right? Right? You're a young man, right? You used to live in Los Angeles, right? I know, you're in a nice married relationship now, but you spent time on the single scene, right? Mm-hmm. And I worked in a bar before, and we're dating me. This is a while ago, right? But there would always be a badass chick in there, right? Beautiful face, perfect body. You find out she does everything, right? She's just perfect. But you don't want to get with her because she's always going to screw you in the end. She's going to cost you a lot of money, and she's going to leave you for someone else as soon as she gets bored, right? And to me, that's what Kyrie Irving is. So I agree with you. I'm sure you did this too, JC. This isn't the girl you married. This isn't the girl you commit to. This is the girl you have a one-night stand with. I would just run it out for the rest of the year and let them walk.
Yeah. 100%.
They didn't give up that much.
Yeah, you don't date her. You just go on a date with her. And that is the second half of the season in the playoffs.
Yeah, and I agree. And then let's see how it works. And hey, maybe it's perfect, but what does he want? Like a 4-year where he's getting 40?
He wants a 4-year max, yeah. He's not getting that from anybody, I don't think.
I hope
they said even the Lakers weren't giving him that 4-year deal. They wanted his deal to mirror LeBron's. So if LeBron left, they were like, well, you're taking your guy with you. Like, he's not staying here.
It's an analogy, Mikey. Look it up. I know the Jersey school system sucks.
The other thing, too, is, like, I would have loved him to go to LA just so that we could have the narrative that, like, LeBron can't win without Kyrie.
But he can't because he won. He's won before without him.
Yeah, but he had D-Wade and Bosh. That's even worse. Thank you, Mike.
What do you mean it's even worse?
No, I'm saying so he either needs Kyrie or D-Wade to win would be the...
Oh, okay. We won with AD.
Mickey Mouse.
The other thing I hope that this trade did was kind of reset the market. Because after that Gobert trade, it was just ridiculous. Nobody was getting moved. Hopefully this kind of like resets everything and it's like, all right, like that's the package like for a disgruntled star that should go away. You know what I mean? Like not 7 first-rounders for a center that's just there at this point.
The only thing is Kyrie's so much different. Like no one wanted to touch the antics.
Yeah.
If it was, just Brooklyn deciding they're done, they want to rebuild, I think you might have gotten something more like that. But I mean, it's toxic touching Kyrie. So I think that also brought that down.
I'd like to apologize. The whole New Jersey school system doesn't suck.
You're about to get attacked in our comments. Like I
know. I don't want that. I'm walking this one back, right? I'm Homer Simpsoning right back into the hedges. But whatever school Mikey went to sucks. I'll say that. So what do you think this guy does for the chances? Dallas was 30-1 when I wrote up, and I said take them as a favorite because I thought they'd make a move. They're down to 14-1. Start with you, Tyler. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, Western Conference wide open. I'm not a big Nuggets fan, but that team looks really damn good. So, of course, they're the 1 seed. They're definitely at the top right now. Dallas, though, is going to probably de facto to number 2 now. Like, you look around the Western Conference, Golden State, Steph's now hurt with a knee injury, said a minimum of 4 weeks injury. They ain't getting a top 4 seed. They're probably in the play-in. Memphis looks just lost. I don't trust them.
Can you believe I lost that bet yesterday to go? Yeah. I just got smoked yesterday.
That was ridiculous. But
bro, I felt like Rihanna riding around with Chris Brown yesterday.
Phoenix with Devin Booker back, maybe they start to get it together. I mean, they have been winning games. He comes back, gets them going again, but we've seen that before. Are they able to win a championship? The other one's the Clippers that kind of just hang out right now.
Why is Phoenix trying to trade CP3?
Because they wanted Kyrie.
Yeah.
I don't think they're like actively trying to move him, but if they can upgrade, I think they'd get rid of him.
Yeah, but I'd say that's where I put Dallas at his number 2 spread.
Yeah. That's a convincing case. Like I was looking at it yesterday, debating that 14-1 on Dallas, and it's just I don't trust anyone in the West.
Well, first of all, they're not done. They have to add another wing, right?
Do they?
I read that Christian Wood's on the market. They're going to try and get rid of those people.
I mean, maybe they move them, but like they don't really need another wing. They just slide Bullock up now into DFS's spot.
It's funny so I hit pretty big when Jokic won the Australian Open, and I was going to roll that over into a Memphis future, but they just can't win a game. So, like, I mean,
Bro, did you read the report? Speaking of Memphis,
what John Morant? Well,
John Morant's team is like
Memphis crazy people that are aiming guns at people.
Yeah, they're aiming guns at people.
I seen that.
I'm sorry. What? I couldn't. You were both talking. Give it to me again. I definitely didn't hear this.
Go ahead, Tyler. Did you read the report?
They said he got into a scuffle with like the Indiana Pacers players after the game or something. And then after the SUV he left in pulled up next to the team bus, and they were aiming lasers at it. And you know what the laser was connected to?
Memphis, baby. It's just, you can take the boy out of Memphis, but you can't take the Memphis out of the boy.
Is that where he's from?
No.
Where did you grow up?
Being here.
Oh, yeah, it's not where you're from, it's where you pay rent.
Yeah.
All right, and the Decify has a good point. And if you think that New Jersey has an excellent school system, show your support, hit that thumbs up. The thumbs up button means that spread is wrong and New Jersey has a great system of schools. Yeah.
I'm interested, though, for both you guys, if you had to make a pick right now for who wins the West, who do you like?
Denver.
Clippers.
Woo!
Oh, okay. That's not a bad take at all.
I got a default to the good old take is Wings killed Denver.
Yeah.
And those two, I think, just torch them in a playoff series. They want revenge for what happened in the bubble.
Yeah, and the thing is the Clippers are going to destroy those bench minutes. And if you don't think that – I like Michael Malone, right? I mean, you want to see one of my tantrums when we fired him. I wasn't doing the shows then, but that was one of my all-time tantrums. But I think Lou's better. And I think with all the different pieces that he has to mess with this team, yeah, you can go small against Denver. That could cause a lot of problems. And they shoot so well. Yeah. Yeah, the Clippers are a good call. Obviously, Denver looks pretty good, and they will have home court.
I was going to say, I mean, things are really opening up for it to finally be Denver's year, but yeah, hard to trust them.
They still can't defend that.
So who do you like, JC?
I have no idea. I mean, I would, if I had to make a bet today, I'd probably still take Golden State because I don't trust Memphis or Denver, and being a Clippers fan, I can't trust my team either.
So Phoenix, is their window just closed? Nobody talks about Phoenix anymore. They had the best record in the West the last 2 seasons.
They don't have a bench. I don't think they can win any bench minutes.
And they can't stay healthy. So unless they make a big trade here and get Booker back, like, yeah, they could be back in the mix, but still.
I think both those things will happen.
And ultimately, I don't think Kyrie makes Dallas good enough.
And the question for them is they're going to get stops. I mean, the Nuggets Mavericks are going to have like 240s in a playoff series if they play.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Anything more about this weekend's trade that you wanted to touch on?
I think that was it.
All right. And once again, this will be the last time we do it. I apologize to the New Jersey school system. Excellent teachers out there.
We can talk about We could talk about how LeBron's just slowly danced his way to around like 28 points per game to make sure he walks into that Milwaukee game with like 6 points to score.
Oh yeah. My brother-in-law tried to
money.
get me to place a bet for him on OKC, and I'm like, I'm going to do you a favor and not place that bet because there's no way he's breaking the record
There's
against
no
OKC.
way if he scores 36 in this next game, I'll just put my hands up and say, oh well. But he's doing it in Milwaukee or in LA against Milwaukee.
What are you going to say, Spread?
No, it's in Milwaukee, isn't it?
No, it's in LA.
It's in LA versus
Against
Milwaukee. There's reports that Kareem's going to be in attendance.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
He's saving it for there.
And he said some nice things about LeBron too, and he seems really happy for him.
You know, it'd be really funny though, is say LeBron gets that 36 with like 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. He goes to the bench, and then they're in a position where they need a bucket to win. What do?
AD.
AD's taking the shot. Okay.
Russ revenge narrative.
There you go. Yeah, I like that. LeBron can say that. I wanted to give Russ the opportunity to get the revenge.
This one's interesting because there was reports that Dinwiddie could be on the move again.
Mm-hmm.
Levine and Durant would be a nice 1-2 punch scoring wise. Claxton's got the defense for you. Simmons could play some defense too. Just lets Levine focus on offense. Durant just does his thing. And what do you guys think of that? Cam Thomas slides in at point guard after dropping 40 in a game. I'm not getting much reaction out of anybody.
Because Mikey's in the chat and he's pissing me off, and I'm not going to fall for it today.
I don't think it's. I mean, that'd be yeah. No, the more I think about it, the more I like it. I could see that working out. Like they, I think Levine and I think KD would mesh really well too.
Yeah, I do too. We'll see how this all turns out. We have 3 more days of this nonsense, right? I mean, I can't get an NBA pod that talks about the games to save my life.
Is Toronto going to move anybody either? Or are they just going to sit and hold?
Don't you think Van Fleet would have been better than Kyrie for the Mavericks?
Maybe, yeah.
Just for the long-term aspect.
You don't think they deal where? I mean, who would be most improved with Siakam too? I mean, that could be a great addition for someone.
I don't think he's moved. I think it's Trenton, Anunoby, maybe Van Fleet.
Mm-hmm.
I think Siakam and Barnes hold pat. I think they're Toronto's guys.
It's so weird what they're doing there. I'm hoping they have a full-on fire sale. That'd be sweet. Like all of those guys go.
It'd be good, but I don't see it happening.
We the People says Trent Jr. goes to the Mavs. Is he good enough defensively?
He's basically a 3-and-D guy. He's not the best defensive guy, but like you can get him. Now, if they could swindle Anunoby instead, that would be the great one. If they can get Anunoby in Dallas, that would make them definitely the number 2 in the Western Conference, and I would definitely get on them right with the Clippers. Those would be my 2 bets if they got Anunoby.
I don't. I apologize. Mikey got me worked up.
I didn't know we had so many Jersey residents.
In fact, Mikey, if you're willing to host me, I'll come make a Jersey apology tour as long as you introduce me to a JWoww or a Snooki, okay? Host me, Mikey. Let's figure this out, okay? I will come and I will make my apology in person.
Did you see what Stephen A. Smith said this morning?
Oh, geez.
What?
He said on Durant, he said, I'm hearing he's on the verge of potentially being moved. I'm hearing Boston's making calls. Watch out for Jaylen Brown.
Why would you do that if you're a Boston?
No shot. No, I mean, like, KD cares about his legacy, and now he's going to do the Golden State gig all over again with Boston.
Yeah, you can't do that.
No shot.
Yeah, I mean, Boston's the best team in the NBA right now. I don't see why they'd be looking to make a move at all.
No. Yeah, I can't. I think if KD eventually gets moved, it's always going to be to Phoenix because Phoenix, I think, is just waiting this out. They put out the little package for Kyrie, but they even said they were keeping most of their assets to maybe try and go after Durant.
All right, Mike, we're going to Atlantic City. I'll be wearing my Jordan gear head to toe. Yeah, Boston guarantees the ring with Durant. That's true.
Yeah.
I think they might get a ring anyways. Wouldn't you guys say that they're the favorite to win the title right now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who do you like in the East? Who do you think the second favorite? Dude, I'm sneakily getting concerned that Philadelphia is going to be.
No.
Okay, tell me why you're not high in Philly.
Because Philly's the Buffalo of the NBA. They're always going to choke when it matters. This team, they haven't even seen a conference finals, right? Like, they can't get it done. And I'll believe that till I'm proven otherwise. I think the Bucks way bigger threat to Boston than anyone else, and I don't think anyone else is even close. It's like
I got a
Boston,
slight hot take then.
the Bucks, everyone else.
Hot take, Tyler. Let's hear it.
If Mitchell's groin can quit bothering him, I think they're number 2.
Bro, watching them yesterday.
That team,
Indiana,
team full health and full strength is going to be a tough beat in the series.
And we the people is going to love this. People think Indiana was so thrown off by the fact that they couldn't just go to the rim and do layups. Like their whole offense was thrown off.
It's
they were getting
we
swatted
can't
left
grab
and
to
right.
the hoop. Like those 2 big guys on each side of the rim in a playoff series, they cut off the paint. Now it's all perimeter shots. Like, yeah, a team might just rain home threes on you and put you home pretty quick, but I'll take my chances. It's going to take a lot to beat that team.
Indy looked lost yesterday.
Yeah,
because every time they got to the rim, they were either throwing
and the Cavs are also a team
garbage.
in trade talks. Also, like they're looking to get another wing. Like,
well, they need a small forward.
Yeah, if they could flip like Levert and a couple other pieces and say go out and get an Anunoby or something, slide him in there. Good luck with that team.
Yeah. Josh, this is crazy. Hope my Hawks get Porzingis. I've never heard of anyone wanting their team to trade for Porzingis. Let us know why.
Is he Lithuanian? Does he just want? Is that just his?
Porzingis is Latvian, by the way. He's Latvian, just like the great Jelena Ostapenko. Ostapenko's the most famous Latvian, the most accomplished Latvian.
While we're talking about those futures, what about this division, the Pacific Division? I know it's your Kings were leading it for the longest time spread, but the two of the big dogs are coming back up to the top, and Phoenix is plus 210, and so are the Clippers. Do you just bet them both and just take the profits and think they pass the Kings? And if you think somehow Golden State hangs around, they're 7-1, but I think you take the Clippers and Phoenix and just watch one of those two get in front of them.
I'm out on Golden State now. Steph's going to be out for like a month.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch them, so I think it's the other two.
I think you just take the Clippers.
I worry when Devin Booker gets back, Phoenix is going to start ripping off wins left and right.
But how far behind are they right now?
I don't think they're as far as you
that up, but that's exactly what I was wondering. The 7 Clippers are only a game back of the Kings, and the Suns are half a game behind them, so they're all right there.
Oh, never mind. Okay, yeah, then you're right, Tyler. I think you should take those both. But if I only could take one, I like the Clippers a lot better.
Yeah, if it's just one, I'd probably take the Clippers. It's gonna be a hold your nose because I'm thinking the same thing. JC is. This Phoenix is just gonna go win 13 in a row.
Yeah, they get Booker back. I don't know if I'm just too traumatized from following so many terrible franchises.
I just don't understand why they're so close. They would want to get rid of Chris Paul just for chemistry. That's why I almost don't want the Kings to make a trade at the deadline.
It'd be insane to make the same run with the same guys and think you're going to get.
I got a weird trade for you guys that I think could help the Clippers. Would you dump some of these bench assets, say like Kennard, a pick or two, just guys you don't really use that still have some trade value? Call the Bulls. Get Vucevic as your backup big and an extra punch off the bench. If you do run into a Boston in the playoffs, now you have 2 bigs to counteract their 2. I think that'd be a nice little sneaky pickup for them. If you don't give up too much.
For the Bulls is it's not too late to tank. Go get a top 10
That roster's going nowhere. You got to dump something out of there.
Yeah, and we talked about it on Twitter.
The Bulls aren't going to tank, though. Listening to quotes out of their front office, they were trying to be buyers at this deadline.
Now, this right here just wouldn't be fair. How you covering those 3 guys? Kawhi, PG, and KD.
If that happens, I'll go get the 2023 NBA championship Clipper tattoo right now.
I mean, yeah.
Team
playing would have to crash for them not to win, right? Especially with all the depth.
Yeah, especially if you held on to guys like Zubac, even like a Reggie Jackson, just to hang around and shoot some threes. That team.
Reggie Jackson, get him out of here.
You just need a point guard. I wouldn't want
Reggie Jackson.
I wouldn't want Wall standing.
He's terrible. He had one good playoff run. He's not been good this year.
He hasn't.
I would not have him in my closing 5.
A top guard, but he's
if he's surrounded by those 3 guys, I
don't want him shooting, and that's all he does.
He can be like their Ray Allen.
No, he can't. Reggie Jackson compared to Ray Allen.
But are you leaving him in the corner wide open? if you're a defensive guy.
Yes.
I mean, if you got a guard,
yes,
you
you might
have
have to
to
worry
have
about
Kawhi.
PG, Kawhi, and KD. Yes, Reggie Jackson, you can shoot every single shot.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna jump into tonight's games, or are we just gonna keep going here?
I
No,
don't
I
know. We can talk.
You guys have any
theories.
more thoughts? I mean, this is fun, right? We have some
Yeah,
extra
I'm having
time.
a
It's
blast.
Monday. We don't have talking touchdowns coming up. The next show on Run Pure doesn't come on until I think 3 Eastern. So
Yeah, tell him we the people. Stop it. He's not that bad.
Thank you, we the people.
Oh wow, now this is something here.
yeah, me and Mikey were on the same team. We're getting ready for our trip
You
together.
might as well just shut it down at
Can
this
you
point.
imagine me and Mikey running through AC? Oh my gosh. This would be
It's
fantastic.
like, you know, spreads from the West Coast running through AC.
What are you supposed to say?
Just not a place you run through.
What do you do there?
Just normally
It's
don't
like-
go there.
Yeah.
Hey, I go to Reno, okay? Atlantic City is going to seem
You're
pretty
like,
high
I mean,
class to
what,
me.
from Sacramento? What are you, like, a 5-hour drive from Vegas?
No, I did it last summer for my buddy's birthday party. I split it into 2 days. It was probably 11 to 12 hours total.
Okay, fine. You're like a 3-hour flight.
Well, 1 hour flight, yeah.
I didn't know Kyrie Irving had a $2 million bonus for being traded. You imagine being like, screw this, trade me. I want $2 million right now.
I think Dallas pays it though.
No, he gets it. I mean,
Yeah,
it doesn't
but
matter.
Dallas is
It
the
doesn't
one
matter
who
who
pays it.
pays it. The man's getting $2 million extra because he got
No, it's
traded.
probably coming from Brooklyn.
I don't know. Don't care either. Boston Celtics minus 11.5 in Detroit taking on the Pistons. Tyler, this line's moved a half a point since I did the playbook about an hour ago. So the Celtics are taking money. The total is 230.5. Let me pull up trusty basketball monster here. Cornet's questionable for Boston. Marcus Smart's out. Corey Joseph is back. Isaiah Stewart questionable. So a reasonably clean injury report here. I did run projections already this morning too, and they actually like Boston. I remember that off the top of my head. I think I had them by 13. Where's my guy Clyde, man? I've been getting a lot of edges lately. He thinks I just say the numbers. He's not even here. Unbelievable. All right, start with you, Tyler. Minus 11.5 for the Celtics in Detroit, taking on the Pistons. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it's Boston or pass here for me. I can't back Detroit. Corey Joseph matched up with Derek White and Brogdon. He's not doing anything there. Jaylen Brown and Tatum are just going to be mismatches across the board for anybody that tries to guard them. I think Brown's going to be the one that has the big game, too. That 4+3s and they win plus 265 on FanDuel. I like that. The other one, too, Brogdon, I think sees a decent amount of minutes here, especially if they blow him out. He's going to get a little extra run. They might sit White a little more. 15+ points for Brogdon and Boston win plus 120, 3+3s and they win plus 225. Like both of those. And if you can't get the performance doubles, I just lay the 11. I think they kind of smash them here. I just don't see Detroit's path to keeping this close unless Boston just kind of gives it to them.
You know, I got to throw in there too. Quick disclaimer: we're probably going to go light this week, right? Because everything can be
it's just
with the trade.
Yeah, one little
You
trade. We don't know the conversations going on in locker rooms too, where it's like, hey, you might be traded in the next 24 hours.
So you're sitting out tonight, out of nowhere, because we just got a call on you, and we're thinking about taking it.
We've seen guys traded on the bench middle of the game too. So
when was that?
I believe
I remember
Harrison Barnes. It happened to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was when he came to us, huh?
Yeah,
he was on the Mavericks then, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I believe they were playing each other too.
That's pretty sweet.
So it was like, all right, go sit down there.
Yeah. So just a disclaimer there. Probably a little less tags than usual, which sucks. I wish we could do it coming off a big day. I can't believe how bad I ran yesterday. JC, your thoughts here on the Celtics and the Pistons?
Yeah, it's a tough call. I mean, Pistons are one of two great losers on the board today. However, they're better at covering than the other team. Of course, you got to give the edge to Boston. They played twice in November. Boston won by 9 in one of those games, 16 in the other. So if you're going to make the bet, certainly no problem laying the points. But my favorite bet, and this one's the under. Both games came close to that total, but neither exceeded it. Detroit's got more injuries than they did the last time they play. So even if you run like a 105, 115 total, something there, you're not catching that over.
Yeah, Boogie was getting interviewed, and they told him
and
in
the
the
dude
middle of
walked
the
over
interview.
and whispered right in his ear, was like, yeah. Hey. He was like,
And
really?
And that interview was the reason that the trade deadline now happens before the All-Star break, because they didn't want players having to deal with rumors during the All-Star weekend. It actually
Speaking of that,
attention
what
off
the
the
hell
festivities.
happens now that Kyrie was an East starter?
Nothing, because they don't even run East versus West anymore. Because
that's true too.
LeBron versus Team Durant,
that
or
makes sense then.
who are the teams? I don't even
LeBron
know.
and Giannis.
LeBron and Giannis.
I'm so hoping that I don't have to do any content for the All-Star game.
Who's drafted last? Who gets the James Harden treatment? Is it Kyrie this year?
Kyrie this year.
Why? I don't think so.
Well, Durant's not going to draft him.
Durant's not LeBron and Giannis.
Yeah, it's LeBron and Giannis.
Oh.
I don't think either have beef with him.
Team Giannis. This is so stupid. Why don't they do East versus West?
Because it's...
What's wrong with tradition?
I think the draft is fun. I like it.
Matty Ice is probably right in the chat. Triple J is probably the last pick in that draft.
Yeah, probably right.
Yeah. I'm probably going to pick up that jersey, though.
I don't blame you there.
Well,
even though that should be Anthony Davis's spot.
No, it shouldn't.
Nah.
You guys play like 20 games.
Yeah, and so have a couple other guys that are starters that have spots. It's Zion.
That's stupid too.
Yeah, but he's a starter. AD's averaging like 31 points a game.
What's up?
Wasn't Curry supposed to be too? Not a starter, but in the game, and he's missed.
He was a starter. All right. They should let him pick the opposite teams. That would be pretty funny. All right. Cleveland Cavaliers -2 in Washington, taking on the Wizards. Total 221. This seems low, but the Wizards have been playing well. Karis LeVert questionable. Ricky Rubio out. Dylan Windler injured. Bradley Beal questionable. Anthony Gill. Is he related to Kendall Gill? Oh, Kyle Kuzma's out, and I only have to lay 2 with the Cavaliers. Where's my projections? Unbelievable.
We don't have all the injury news for the Cavs side. I don't think Donovan Mitchell's playing.
Even still, though, that's still
what's wrong with my projections, Tyler? I'm seeing that I picked the Wizards here to win this game outright, and I'm like, I want to redo my whole model.
Well, I mean, Cleveland has sucked on the road this year, spread, but in this matchup, no Kuzma, Beal's questionable. I mean, I agree. I mean, I think they could win this game. And, like, Porzingis isn't going to get the easy shots. So you put a guy like Mobley on him, he's not getting anything. Yeah. So I got to default to the Cavs, even if those guys are out.
Yeah. I was going to say, even if you're missing if you're missing Kuzma and Mitchell, I don't think the Cavs have any problem covering 2 points.
Yeah, I think the Cavs can absorb the loss of Mitchell easier than the Wizards can absorb the loss of Kuzma.
Exactly.
And then my favorite bet in this game, you got to build it on your own, like in a same game parlay on FanDuel. Mobley to score 15 points in the Cavs win plus 155. His performance doubles listed at 18. You might think those 3 points don't matter and just take those odds. Go look at his game log. Dude scored over 15 in almost every game in the last 20.
Wait, who is this?
Mobley.
I'm sorry. I was thinking of hungry children to donate to.
Yeah, but I would.
No, I'm not picking the Wizards. There's no way.
Yeah, but I would take Mobley over 15 plus and keep the Cavs win plus 155. That's my favorite bet in this one.
All right, sounds good. JC, any props?
No, I didn't really get a chance to look over this one too deep.
All right, let's keep going then. I like that great full disclosure there, right? We're not experts on everything. We just talk, have fun, and we rely on the chat. Like West Coast Jim.
Garland's threes too spread.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even mind. I wouldn't even mind ladder betting that up to 5+. He hit 4 last game. Mitchell's threes have been down since he's been having this groin injury. And you look at the shot attempts between those two; they've kind of evened out. Garland could be in for a spot where big games right here against Washington. So
you're right. When I watched the Cavaliers last game, I noticed that Mitchell was deferring to Garland more than usual, and that made me feel that he just wasn't 100%. I agree, West Coast. Danny's going to be another good one in DFS, and he'll be chalking, of course.
Doesn't he get a lot of rebounds, though? Isn't that one of his big things?
Who, Danny?
Yeah.
He should. He's like 6'10", isn't he?
Well, yeah. The thing I don't like about tonight is you got Allen and Mobley under the hoop.
Yeah, but
like even bigs have trouble getting rebounds against the Cavs. Like, I don't think Denny could get in there and get some rebounds just off of lucky bounces, but I don't think he's getting in there and banging with those guys to get rebounds.
To a certain extent, Mobley goes out on the perimeter a lot, And then a lot of those defensive rebounds are uncontested when they go 5 back in transition. So, yeah, I agree with you, though. I want to be looking to play an over there. But I still like Danny. He can get there on points and assists. He's been better than I expected. I really thought he was not going to be good, right? To me, he was like budget Luka when he came out. I didn't understand why everyone was so high on him. Mainly because he failed in the European League and then went to Israel to put up his numbers. And the Israeli League isn't really known for having high-quality basketball. I know Kurt's our guy for that, but I think you would concur that the level of play in Israel is a lot lower. Wouldn't Denny be playing against Cleveland Reserves? He'll probably start if Kuzma's out, right?
Yeah, he's going to start.
Yeah, I think he'll start as well.
Beal might be out too, so I mean, dude could be in for a lot of usage on the offensive end. So
if Beal's out as well, they're going to stack this game, aren't they?
Oh yeah, definitely
like, going to stack. It's going to get. Oh my gosh! All right, well, we'll let the experts take care of that. Of course, those experts I'm talking about.
Actually, no, your team's probably the one they're licking their chops to get on. Playing Houston, Fox is probably still out. A lot of those guards are cheap.
Yeah, I don't mind stacking up some Kings. But remember, runpuresports.com. Become a member if you're not already. Promo code SPREAD15, Tyler15, and you're Zargo15, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's right. Myron says if Danny starts, then I'm out on him. Yeah, and it'll be a price point, and I haven't even looked over the slate.
Oh, God. Nate's put another one in the chat, too. That's a great matchup we got to talk about, too. That's the spend-up of the night.
All right. Yeah, he's been cashing. I've seen some of the screenshot, and we the people loves that Kings game too. We're almost there. Let's talk about a team that we gave a lot of love to in the earlier section of the show. JC Zargo, former assistant general manager there, now watching his Los Angeles Clippers take on the Brooklyn Nets. +8 here. The total's 220. Cam Thomas went for 40 in that win over the Wizards, right? 125, 123. So you could definitely try to go back to him. The difference is the Wizards defense and the Clippers defense, right? I mean, talk about night and day. So that should be an interesting spot. Tyler, my projections like the Nets. Obviously some shakeup going on in that building. Do you think that energizes the team? I would think that having a distraction like that helps. I think that, Cam Thomas wants to take over. He's a scorer. He's a bucket. He can get those things done. Of course, we're still waiting on news with TJ Warren, but he's probable. Ben Simmons is questionable. I would not expect him to play. God, talk about someone that just is not can't stay healthy and can't live up to his talent. Very, very difficult. Cam Thomas, and Sumner. Yeah. I was big on Sumner when he was on the Pacers. All right. But Tyler, my projection's like the Brooklyn Nets, but I haven't placed a bet yet, especially after yesterday, man. I want to talk everything through with you guys. Get right back on track. And like I said, discretion is the better part of valor this week because things can get really tricky. Let's talk about it. Nets, I like taking the points, but I'm not. We the people says I always stick to my takes. I can definitely be persuaded here. Are you going to persuade me off the Nets? Or do you think
there's no way I'm taking a +8 with the Nets in this spot. Like your little like quote unquote fuck you game that they were trying to give Kyrie. They did that last game with Cam scored 40. Mm-hmm. That usually dies after one game. The trade happens. Like, yeah, he's out of the building, but he wasn't playing the game before anyway. So I think I'm with We the People. I think they just kind of walk out on the floor. And the Clippers pretty much just take this game by as many as they want. They could win this game in a blowout, or they can kind of just let them hang around. I like the PG 4+3s, and they win the game performance double because I don't think the dude's going to attack the rim much. He's just going to shoot his threes, could get hot from out there. I like the Norm Powell call too. His 4+3s and win is right around 5-1. If they blow him out, the dude's going to see a lot of run, and he could just chuck from 3, so he could easily get us to 4. So those would be my 2 bets in this game, and I think the Clippers kind of win this one easily. No chance of taking the Nets.
I'll switch that to a lean. JC Zargo, the team that you helped construct side by side with Jerry West, is laying 8 in Brooklyn. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm baffled you would even consider Brooklyn in this one. I mean, the Clippers are basically taking on the Long Island Nets. Like, nobody is playing for Brooklyn. Clippers are fully healthy. After this, I'm going to shoot my long shot, chalk shot. Clippers minus 14.5 plus 215. It's going to be an onslaught. Give me the under as well because Brooklyn's not going to be able to score. It's going to be ugly. Like this is. It's going to be a minute till Brooklyn wins another game if they're fielding a squad like this.
Yeah, might as well throw the projections out. How's it going over?
How? Against the Clippers?
I mean, I don't know how much I really intake. The only thing I have for who their opponent is the opponent's points per game and then opponent's points per game for the last 10.
I mean, like, I could understand the over if KD and Kyrie were playing, but like, I don't know what you're accounting for with
Joe Harris is scoring all them points tonight, JC.
like, yeah, how the heck?
Yeah, they still got shooters.
That was more of a sarcastic.
Bro, they're like John Morant's caravan. They still got shooters.
That's good. That's good. But still, no, not against the Clippers. Like, that's the one thing the Clippers consistently do well this season is the defense. They limit scoring. And Brooklyn will be lucky. What's the team total? They'll be lucky to score 100.
No way. The team total is way higher than that. Let me pull it up right now.
I mean, it's probably going to be like 105, right?
106.5.
Yes, play of the day. Give me that under. No shot. No.
Yeah, I got 106.5 too. All right. JC's loving the defense of the Los Angeles Clippers. Let's move on to the Beam team. Who, hey, we haven't been beaming lately. De'Aaron Fox is out of the lineup, and it shows how much he means to this team because the team's been terrible. What they lose, like 136-104 to the Pelicans, and of course they played the Pacers close, but they fell to a Pacers team that I believe they would have won if Fox was in the lineup. Monty McNair, I can't believe he didn't take Şengün. He took Davion Mitchell instead. And Davion Mitchell's just showing that, like, I don't know. We the people's going to love this, right? I mean, he's like one of the best defenders in the NBA. I'll say he's one, and he's unplayable because he's so bad on offense. I think this one's going to be, he likes it. He likes it. He says Sabonis triple-double and win. All right. Oh, I guess it is the Rockets, right?
Yeah, this is a perfect buy low spot on your guys. Minus 5.5. Low spread. I mean, if they were still winning games, what is this spread right now? Minus 9.5. That's my guess.
Probably 7.5.
It's a lot higher than we're getting today. So I'll take my chances here. If there's any game for a guard who's bad on offense to look good, it's against Houston when they don't play any defense. So
they're bad. They are bad. I was watching. What game did we have? Oh, the +8. Remember? And I was texting you. I said, "Why are they fouling?" When they're down, what were they down? They're down 6. There's like less than 20 seconds to go, and they're fouling. And we still got there with the +8. But, bro, their defense is literally like stand within 3 feet of whoever's covering. I mean, they're not even closing out on the threes.
No.
Who was it?
And you know what's the funniest part about the Kyrie trade?
I can't remember.
Just to bring that back up. Who's the biggest winner in the Kyrie trade?
The Nets, because they got rid of him. The Lakers, because they don't have to deal with them. Phoenix because they didn't get him?
No. Houston because they own all of the Nets picks for the next like 6 years.
But he was going to leave anyways.
Yeah, it probably means KD's leaving. So they're going to have 2 top 10 lottery picks until they get this ship right.
Wow.
Imagine that Brooklyn just bottoms out. KD doesn't really come back for the rest of the year. Now they get, what if they land 1 and 2 spread? They get Victor and Scoot.
That'd be stupid.
NBA would never let that happen.
First of all, they can't do that this year.
The
Brooklyn's
NBA
way
would
too
not
high
let that
this
happen.
year.
Yeah, the NBA wouldn't let it happen. You'd get something going on behind the scenes.
The frozen envelope.
But yeah, I got to side with your Kings here. I think they kind of smash them. I like these guys to hit a ton of threes too. I don't see anything listed right now for the Kings side, but Herter, Keegan Murray, Harrison Barnes, maybe.
I think that's because De'Aaron Fox isn't officially ruled out yet.
He's doubtful. I don't think he's playing though. So
isn't he out here with his wife? Is he even in Houston?
Yeah, it says personal reasons. So if he's
okay, the personal reason is his wife is having a child. I don't understand why they're not like. I can understand if it's like
they could just
him
say
and his wife are going through a divorce. You don't say something, but like you're kicking in the hospital with your wife while she's having a baby. That's not like something that's like bad or like it would reflect negatively. But whatever. That's the deal. So I don't know. I guess he could fly out there today. Total 234. I have the game at 235, but like we the people said earlier, we're throwing those projections out today. We're Jimmy Butler in that. What do you think of this total, Tyler?
I kind of lean under if Fox isn't in. He's the guy that pushes the pace very fast.
Good
I mean,
point.
they could still score a ton here,
Mm-hmm.
but without him running at 100 miles an hour with the ball to start plays, I just think we got a chance to hit this under. So I'll take an under shot here.
All right, JC, what do you think of this total?
Yeah, I love the under here, especially with the way the Kings have been playing. I mean, scoring 104 in their last 2 games without Fox. Houston can score, but not that well. I don't see this getting anywhere.
If they scored 104 in their last 2 games, why are we betting them?
I'm not. Is the point I'm going to get to.
I'll ask Tyler that. Why are we betting them when they're scoring like it's like 2011?
Who, the Kings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, do you see who they're playing?
The Houston Rockets, who have Şengün.
Which is why I'm not placing the
You couldn't
bet.
defend me on a basketball court,
That's
right?
true.
I'm not placing the bet of Houston plus 5.5. But if you're giving me the money to
Well,
make
5.5 is the stupidest number to bet too.
Yeah, it is.
We just talked about this team fouling down 8-2 spread. Like,
that's what I was. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I've been watching a lot of college basketball due to the time of the year, and I hate it. How like it's way worse in college. A team will be down 10, and then in the last minute they want to play like the best defense anyone has ever seen. It's like, well, why don't you just do that at the beginning of the game? Then maybe you wouldn't be down 10 points.
I would love for them to go to that ELAM ending or the ELO, whatever it's called, where like at a certain point they just set the score.
Huh?
It's like with 4 minutes to go, they just say, "Hey, this is the winning score," and it's like
so it's just
+8.
first
It's
team
like,
to that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like +8 on whoever's ahead. So, your guy Jalen Green's back tonight. How do you think that helps the Rockets, Tyler?
He was back in the last game. He didn't look that good. So he's one of them guys. It takes a little bit. Once he gets his momentum going, then he starts to hit a ton of shots. I don't think it happens in his second or third game back. So
for his sake, man, I hope the Rockets.
And the other thing about it is like this is a team. I know he's been in trade talks for like 4 years and he's never moved. But Eric Gordon's a guy who you could see go to play tonight, and all of a sudden he's rolled out because trade deadline's rolling in. Somebody called and tried to move him again.
Where do you think he would fit in well?
I mean, anywhere. He's a shooter that can play a little bit of defense.
But
send him to Dallas, send him to Denver, send him to Milwaukee, send him to Philly. He fits in anywhere.
Okay. Tyler's a big Eric Gordon guy. I never knew. San Antonio Spurs are +10 in Chicago, taking on the Bulls. The total's 238.5. Even though we're throwing these projections out the window, I got the Bulls winning by 10 here. But I have this game at 240, so I have a slight lean to the over. What are your thoughts, Tyler?
Yeah, I mean, I got to take the Bulls here. I'm definitely not taking the Spurs. The Spurs are just in full tank mode. It's DeRozan's little revenge game, so his performance doubles are the ones I'll be looking at. Mm-hmm. Like his 30-plus points in win, plus 190. They have a 35-plus points in win, plus 440. I like both of those. I think this is one of them games where he just kind of doubles down on his shots. You see Levine kind of take a back seat, and he just kind of dominates his team. So I'll be on the DeRozan props, and they beat the Spurs pretty easily.
Tyler's fading the worst team in the league, JC. Are you surprised?
No. I mean, this was a team I was alluding to earlier. Not only do the Spurs lose, they're just as bad at the spread as they are straight up. I wrote about it in my free article today. It's easy money. 2 of my favorite bets, like I can just bet them blindly. Spurs to lose at the spread and the home team to win at the spread when Brian Forte's officiating. We got both those in this one. Chicago minus 10.5, easy bet. I kind of like the over too.
All right. I could play some baby bowls. Let's do it. Anything else from this one? I don't really think it's that exciting a game. I mean, to me, the Spurs are hand down the worst team in the league.
Oh,
it's not even close. Pistons are better than the Spurs, right?
One little thing, too, because it's minus 10.5 anyway, so they got to win by 11. Odds are minus 110. The win margin, 11 plus, is minus 105. Save yourself 5 cents and just go bet that. It's the same thing.
Love that. I'll probably be – nothing's been released yet, but Colby White's been playing some great basketball. I'd love to see a prop on him.
Yeah, he's another one that could get traded too. Dallas Mavericks plus 9.5 in Utah, taking on the Jazz. The total is 222.5. So Kyrie Irving's not going to make his debut tonight.
They're suiting. They're suiting up like 4 guys tonight. Look at this injury report.
And there's no one on the Utah side.
One guy, Jared Vanderbilt.
These two teams played on January 28th. I believe Utah won 108-100. Laura Markkanen had 29 points in the win. I mean, do we expect the same? Luka didn't play that game.
Yeah,
Do we expect the same thing tonight?
Yeah, not playing here either. I think it's going to be the same thing. Markkanen double and win plus 130. Markkanen 30 plus and win plus 205. 5 threes and win plus 370. I mean, the dude's just going to dominate. There's no one on the Dallas side that's really going to do much. Maybe some Josh Green, Jaden Hardy do some DFS because they're going to be cheap and those guys can score. Someone's got to score, but I don't think they win this game. I don't think they come close. I'm on Utah through the Markkanen props.
Love it. Your thoughts, JC?
Yeah, I mean, I really like those plays because I'm not comfortable laying 9.5. Because these are still like Dallas is a solid squad. Utah is very hit or miss, so I don't really want any part of it. But I don't mind a Markkanen double and then just needing the Jazz to win outright.
Yeah, I like that a lot as well. I played Markkanen double at minus 105. I didn't do the performance double though. Total's 222.5. Any thoughts on the total, Tyler?
Under. I mean, I just don't think Dallas is going to be able to score enough, and Utah is going to eventually take their foot off the gas.
All right. We the people like the under as well.
I don't mind some Beasley's threes either because the dude that's all he shoots is threes. You look at his field goal attempts to his 3-point attempts. If the dude shoots 12 shots in a game, 9 of them are from behind the 3-point line. So I don't mind his over 2.5, 4 plus, and maybe even sprinkle in some 5 plus because he could see more run in this game.
All right. The Oklahoma City Thunder are +4. They're in Golden State taking on the Warriors. Total's 234.5. Let's take a look at this one. Pretty clean report. No Lou Dort. What's the note? Oh, Kevon Looney back in the starting lineup. So, Steph's still out, right? But other than that, most of the Warriors will be out there. It's a tough one for me, Tyler. The Thunder have been playing well.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to side with the Thunder here. I know it's Steph's out. I think that's going to hurt them a little bit here. They were just starting to gel and get everything back to normal. It looked like they were going to go on a run. Now he's out. I know they're at home where they played better, but I just don't see it bouncing the first game for them. And OKC's been playing good ball all year, so I'll take the shot on them to win this one outright. I think SGA comes in and has himself a decent game. Giddey's been playing well also. Same thing with the rookie, Jalen Williams. So I'll take that shot on OKC right here.
Plus 148 on that money line. Your thoughts, JC?
Yeah, I mean, these teams played a week ago in OKC. Golden State had Curry, and they still only won by 8. So, yeah, this one's in NorCal, but without Curry, I think OKC definitely has a chance to win outright, but 4 points is a solid insurance policy. I'll take that.
All right. Any props for this game?
I mean, never a bad bet to do SGA points, and I like it, especially in this one.
Yep. 234.5 is the total. What did I have? I had going under.
That's tough. I'd stay off that one. I don't have.
Yeah, I'm probably not touching the total.
I think it's going to end up a lean on the sheet too, Tyler.
Yeah.
I think we the people's right. This might not be the best day for projections, right? Let's do it like I used to do like 10 years ago and just look at the teams and just who do I think is going to win? All right, Milwaukee Bucks -4 in Portland taking on the Trailblazers. Total's 242. Once again, I hate my projections, Tyler, because they're telling me to take the Blazers.
I mean,
is that a good idea?
They're at home. I say no. But it's like the Bucks have always defaulted to letting teams shoot a ton of threes. If there's a team you don't want shooting threes right now, it's probably Portland. Mm-hmm. Like, would it surprise you if Dame and Simons walked out there and hit a combined like 14 threes and they won this game?
No, not at all.
So it's like one of those
things. But it also
like,
wouldn't be surprised me if they lost by 20.
Yeah, it's way
I hate betting on the Blazers.
Yeah, the Blazers, their outcomes are just so far separated, which is especially in this matchup, because if the threes are falling, they're going to run away with this one. But if they go into a lull, the Bucks are just going to smash them and just beat up on them down low. Giannis is going to have himself a day. Probably side with that outcome more and being the Bucks win. The Giannis double-double and win is -150. I'm not touching that. Him to score 30, though, and win is even money. I do think he gets to that 30 marker. I don't think anyone's stopping him for the Blazers. So I'll take that, and then I'll also take his 15 plus rebounds, and they win at plus 200. I think he could rack
15
up boards.
All right. Yeah, high-paced game totals 242. JC, your thoughts?
Yeah, love the over here. Definitely my favorite play in this one. Milwaukee's been playing so well of late, though. They're on like a 7-game winning streak. They've only lost 1 in their last 10, but they're still a game out of Boston. So, I mean, they kind of need to keep their foot on the gas pedal. They got this 3-game West Coast trip, and then they play Boston at home. So they definitely kind of want to be in a position to take over or hold first place by the time that rolls around. So I'm leaning Milwaukee. However, 4.5 points is kind of a dicey spread. So if you parlay Giannis over 0.5 threes and the Bucks money line, you get a plus 138 payout. That's the way I'm taking this one.
Is Nurkic out?
Yeah, he's out until after All-Star break.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I was like, he's kind of a real center. So who are they bringing at center?
Eubanks.
Oh, yeah. He is more of a power forward. Good call there, guys. Yeah, Robert says centers have destroyed the Bucks. Yeah. All right. There you have it. I'm a little disappointed, Tyler. I didn't come away with a bunch of strong convictions, right? I got smacked yesterday. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get it back today. I mean, we found some winners here, but boy, a lot of them are tough, right? All right, I know which one my best bet is, though. But we're going to start with you, JC. What's your best bet for the day? Side, total, or prop?
Yeah, I'm going with that. Brooklyn under 106.5 points. Clippers defense is suffocating. Nets don't have anyone. They're running the G League team. So give me that under 106.5 points for Brooklyn.
All right, JC's on the under for the Long Island Nets. Tyler, your thoughts? I mean, your best bet?
Mine's going to be the same game parlay we talked about earlier. I'll give that one out, and also the Cavs -2 for the guys that can't get that same game parlay.
That's mine. Well, that's my best bet. So give it to me.
We'll leave that
Hand
for
it
you.
Over.
I'll give it over to the box next to me, but I'm going with the Mobley 15 plus points and the Cavs win. You look at his game log: 17, 17, 19, 9, 23, 21, 12, 38, 17, 18, 19, 19, 17. He's playing Washington. They don't really have bigs. I think he can get us 15 and they win the game. It's plus 155. I'll go that route.
I really like that play because I hate taking the props the book offer, like those parlays. And I think that's the difference is that 15 versus the 18. That's where a lot of people are going to get burned. So you just take the 15, a little lower payout, and that's a strong play for sure.
All right, there you have it. Yeah, I mean, you spelled it for me, but I think the Cavs -2 is the best play on the board. It's going against my projections, we the people. So, hey, I'm listening. I'm becoming a better person. I'm not being so stubborn. I'm taking advantage of all the great knowledge surrounded by me on the panel and in the chat. So, hey, right, I'm learning, right? So if I can do this, maybe Mikey can join the show without trolling, right? We can all become better people here at Run Pure Sports. For the members of Run Pure Sports, Tyler's going to help me today because I'm not just blind betting the projections, that's for sure. But we'll get those tags up here within the next 20 minutes. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And you know what time it is, JC. This is where we look to you to guide us out of here. There's the words of Socrates, the words of Plato. But now give us the words of JC Zargo.
I've had a full week to think about what I was going to say this week. I came up with nothing, and that's on me. That's on me. So I do apologize to the people. You know what, though? I think my closing remarks will just simply be I'll take a moment to talk about how great the New Jersey schools are. I, for one, have always praised New Jersey and their education system. Surrounding states, New York, Massachusetts, have always strived to be on the level of Massachusetts. And it's admirable. And I think it's the type of thing we should all strive for. As, little ones, they are the future. I'll be a father in about 6 weeks here. And I'll have to consider moving to New Jersey just so my child can get that high-level education.
Well, when you're out for personal reasons, we'll know why. And Mikey's in here quoting Justin Timberlake. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right. Well, that was a great show today. A lot of fun, of course. We got to talk about the Kyrie trade, give out some awesome analogies. And I bet you we're going to have plenty of trades to talk about as this week continues, Tyler, because, well, I don't think that was the domino that's waiting to fall.
The Toronto guys are the dominoes.
The Toronto is the one that we're really waiting for, and I think that things really open up right after that. So we'll keep our eyes on that. We're going to be judicious this week. We're going to take it easy, and we're fantastic. Nadesify, throwing some thanks in the chat. But JC, let us know when you guys are doing. What is it?
Nadesify.
Nadesify?
Yeah.
I can't pronounce anything. But you know what? JC, you want some words of wisdom from me?
Mm-hmm.
You never make fun of someone who mispronounces a word. You want to know why? Because that means they learned it from reading a book and not from listening. So that means that they're a strong reader.
Are you aware of Nadesify's shortcoming?
No, but I know he can bench way more than me.
Oh, he also is horrendous. It's a running joke on Front and Center Ice how horrible he is at pronouncing players' names.
Oh, well then, hey, then he should understand my pain.
Yeah.
When is the next Front and Center Ice? That's what I was trying to get to here. When is the next one? So these people can get
Tuesday 3 Eastern, Tuesdays and Thursdays 3 Eastern, Saturdays 9 a.m. Come join us, learn about hockey if you're not into it already, and if you are, come hear the winners.
All right, get the winners. RunPureSports.com, promo code SPREAD15, Tyler15, or if you want to support the children, the new coming baby, Zargo15 is that promo code to use. RunPureSports.com. Guys, give us a thumbs up. We're back tomorrow at the same time with our guy AP, who will talk me into some overs. Run Pure.